Hello, hello. Good morning, yoga friends. Just getting set up. Okay, so sorry for the delay. Good morning. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to Buddha Goddess Yoga. Today we are doing revolution flow. I suggest definitely having some hydration as well as a couple pillows and blankets. So I'll give you a moment to set that up. And once you are set up, we can meet seated. We'll start with some gentle breath work, and then we'll move slowly into our flow. Of course, because I can't respond to you, take care of your body, be really intentional in your movements, in the poses and in between the poses. Avoid snap and pop sensations. And you can take child's pose at any point throughout our flow. So to get started, we'll sit tall and long, roll the shoulders back, find a nice long spine, and I'll invite you to bring your right hand to your belly and your left hand to your chest. And just tap into the natural breath. And I'll invite you to elongate each breath. And try to make it so that as you breathe, you're sending that air deep down into the core so that the belly inflates, expands on the inhale, deflates like a balloon on the exhale. So the right hand should be the one rising and falling as the left hand rests still over the heart. Maybe find some more length on the inhale. And from here, I'll invite you to try to make the exhale audible. Try slowing the exhale using the back of the throat, just closing a little bit of that space to wheeze out the air slowly with control. Releasing the hands into the lap, creating an audible exhale, the ocean breath. And keeping this breath with us into our flow, I'll invite you to raise the arms up overhead on your next inhale. And on the exhale, keeping the hands up overhead, try to spread the shoulders out wide, open the heart, open the chest. Inhaling again to reach long and tall with the fingers, with the spine. Exhale, let the shoulders release. Inhale, extending up and long in the spine. And on your exhale, we'll drop the left hand down to meet the right knee and the right hand into our back space. Sitting tall and long on the inhales here, you can exhale to rotate the head all the way to the right. Finding our first revolution, our first twist of this flow. Allowing it to start into the core. Allowing the breath to stay deep. Allowing the exhale to remain slow and controlled. And on your next inhale, you can raise the arms up overhead again. And we'll exhale, drop the right hand down to meet the left knee. Turning the chin all the way to the left. Reaching tall and long in the spine. Maybe noticing any tension we might feel in our legs or the lower spine. Maybe this tension in the hips, maybe in the neck. On the next exhale, let's unwind, release, and inhale to roll the shoulders up. Exhale, release the shoulders down. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, release the shoulders down. Inhale, release. Allow the head to drop over to the left side, keeping the right shoulder down and back. And from here, you can drop the chin to the chest, stretching out the back of the neck. Just letting the head hang heavy, releasing all of the muscles in the neck. We'll drop the head over to the right side, keeping the left shoulder down. And we'll drop chin to chest again. And lean the head over to the left side one more time. This time we're going to grab the head with the left hand, reaching far and long with the right. And then turning toward the shoulder, grabbing the back of the head. Keep that breath slow and controlled. And we'll switch to the other side, dropping the head to the right, Reaching the left arm long, left shoulder down. And then turn toward the shoulder, grab the back of the head. And when you're ready, you can release. From here, however you're sitting, take some kind of adjustment. I like to swap my legs, sitting in crisscross applesauce, if you will. And I also like to get some pillows or some blocks beneath my knees. So once you've readjusted, send the chest forward on an inhale and round the spine, chin to chest on the exhale. Inhale again to reach the chest forward. Open the throat, open the chest, open the shoulders, and then round the spine, sinking down, tuck the hips, let the head hang heavy. Inhale, pressing the chest forward, open the shoulders wide. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the hips, chin to chest. Inhale, press the chest forward, opening up. And exhale, keep the spine at neutral. From here, we'll rise the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them wide. Inhale, rise the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them wide. Inhale, arms up overhead. Maybe send the chin up. Exhale, arms wide. From here, we'll cross the right arm over the left. Give yourself a big hug. And then you can bend in the left arm, reaching the right hand outward. Keep the right shoulder down and back. Maybe rotating in the right wrist. And on your next exhale, you can release the arms. We'll inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, arms wide. And then we'll cross again, left over right this time. Give yourself a big hug. And then bending in the right arm, you can send the left out long. Maybe rotate in the left wrist, keeping that left shoulder down. And when you're ready, you can release. From here, we'll send the arms up overhead again on an inhale. And on the exhale, we'll go into a twist one more time, sending the left hand to the right knee. Inhaling to send the spine tall and long. Exhaling to rotate as deep as you can. Looking all the way to the right. Maybe noticing any difference after adjusting. Maybe after adding some support. Releasing any tension here in the upper chest, in the shoulders, and the upper back. Allow this revolution to start at the core of your body. On the next inhale, we'll raise the arms up overhead, bringing the spine back to neutral. And exhale, drop the right hand down to meet the left knee. Again, completing your rotation by turning the chin all the way to the left. by settling into this twist deep into the core. By reflecting on revolution, maybe take a moment to think about, what does revolution mean to you at this time in our political climate today? What is your perspective? How can we shift perspectives? When you're ready, you can release, bring the spine back to neutral. From here, we'll remove our support. Let's send the feet out long ahead of us. And from here, for a forward fold, you can gently start to roll forward, hinging at the hips, maybe rounding the spine, noticing the sensations in our legs and the calves. Notice the sensations in the hamstrings, maybe in the lower back. Allow the head to hang heavy here. We'll just take a couple breaths, bowing forward. When you're ready, roll back up, sitting the spine back up tall and long. From here, we're going to go back into fish pose. And I'll ask for us to bring some deep attention to this motion into the pose, and also some attention while in the pose as well. Bringing awareness to the body here, in the throat, in the upper shoulders, taking care of our shoulders here. When we get into this pose, I'll invite us to press down and out into the mat with the shoulders, down and out into the mat with the elbows. So starting with that downward push with the elbows, bringing the shoulders as far down as possible, bringing the hands close to the mat. We'll slowly roll back until our shoulders are stacked above the elbows. So hands are on the outside of the hips, shoulders are stacked above the elbows. We're pressing into the mat with the elbows, and then slowly with control, you can press the chest forward, opening up in the shoulders, and then slowly let the head fall back, opening up the throat. Revolving the neck, finding a new vantage point, opening the throat to find a new perspective here, noticing how your environment has changed from this perspective. Maybe send the hips up and back a little more, maybe reach the chest up toward the ceiling a little bit more. And when you're ready, using the abdominal muscles, try to press up into the palms to sit the upper body back up and roll forward one more time, maybe pointing in the toes this time, maybe engaging in the legs. Allow some release on the exhales here. Let the head hang heavy here. And then sit back up, rolling into the spine. From here, we'll bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee, and bring the right hand into your back space for a twist. Here we're pressing with our left palm into the right leg, allowing our bottom half of our torso to twist as far as we possibly can, completing the twist by rotating the head all the way to the right, bringing our gaze to that same part of the room, this time with a new perspective. This time our body oriented a little bit differently, this time grounded in the legs, pointing in the toes. This time we're breathing a little bit deeper. And I'll invite you to engage in the lower back, to unwind and raise the arms up overhead. And on your exhale, you can release the arms back down, bringing the right hand to the outside of the left, bringing the left hand behind us, reaching tall and long with the spine, finding this rotation on the left side, turning the chin all the way to the left. Taking in this new perspective. Finding a long, controlled inhale. On the exhale, you can release, coming back to neutral with the spine. From here, we'll bring the arms back behind us with the feet out, just as if we're hanging out, just holding our bodies up. You can open up in the shoulders by having the thumbs pointing outward, away from the body, fingers in the same direction as you would your nose if you were to drop back into fish again. But here we're just finding the breath, opening the chest, opening the heart. And if it feels good for you here, you can drop the head back, looking up toward the ceiling. Allowing more space in the lungs by bringing the shoulder blades closer together, by opening up in the throat. And then you can bring the head back to neutral. From here, we'll bend in the knees by bringing the soles of the feet down to our mat. And here with our hands behind us, our feet ahead of us, we'll send the hips up, opening the chest in the same way, finding the stack from our wrists and our shoulders, pressing the hips up, keeping the toes pointing in the same direction of our knees. Here you can drop the head back one more time, opening up in the throat, finding this perspective we had in fish, but this time we're holding ourselves up. We're finding ourselves stable, pressing into the mat with with the entire foot, with the entire hand. And on your next exhale, you can release the hips down to the mat. Here, I'll invite you to hug your knees, bring the knees close to the body. We'll take a couple breaths here. And on your next exhale, you can release. Now that our feet are firmly in the ground, I invite you to crawl the hands forward. Bring yourself to your feet to come up to a forward fold with really, really bent knees. Allow your head to hang heavy here. We're coming into our first standing pose. So I invite you to treat yourself gently by rolling up from the bottom of the spine to the top really, really slowly, as if the hands have weights in them. Tucking the hips and rolling the shoulders when you get to the top. And now that we're standing, I invite you to take a sip of water, have some hydration, as we're halfway into our flow. And we'll meet here standing. You can find Tadasana by opening the palms, rooting into the feet, pressing your weight into the floor with all points of your feet, maybe coming up onto the toes, and dropping back down to the heels. From here, we'll inhale, raise the arms up overhead again. Exhale, release down by the hips. Inhale, arms up overhead, bringing that breath deep into the belly. Audible ocean breath. Exhale, hands down by our hips. Inhale, arms up overhead. This time we'll swan dive down, hinging at the hips. To exhale, rounding in the spine here. Let the head hang heavy here. Let the lower back just release. Maybe finding a micro bend in the legs. We'll inhale for flat back by pressing into the shins, keeping the shoulders back, reaching the hips up and back. And we'll forward fold again. Inhale, flat back one more time. Engaging in the lower back, reaching the hips up and back. Forward fold on the exhale. From here, we'll bend in the knees. Let the upper body just rest here on the legs. And then engaging in the lower back, trying to find a flat spine. We'll bring the hands to support our upper body on our knees, reaching the hips up and back like chair pose, finding an open chest, open throat. Here in chair, you can reach the arms up overhead, engaging in the core, engaging in the lower back, maybe sitting a little bit deeper, keeping the breath slow and controlled. Whenever you're ready, you can exhale to lower down, forward fold. We'll inhale to straighten the legs. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale to bend. And again, we'll slowly roll up the spine from the bottom to the top. Rolling the shoulders once you get to the top. Opening the palms, rooting in the feet for Tadasana. Inhaling, arms up overhead again, Urdhva. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, round the spine. Let the head hang heavy. Inhale, find a flat back, pressing into the shins. Exhale, round the spine, forward fold. Inhale again, flat back. Exhale, hinge at the hips for forward fold. Here, we're bending in the knees again. We'll find chair pose one more time by pressing up, using our hands into our knees. And then this time, we can find prayer with both hands. And then turn, revolving the upper body to allow the left elbow to meet the right knee. And here you can press into the knee with the elbows, opening up to the right side, still reaching the hips up and back. And if you'd like to take the challenge, try to keep the same press with the left elbow into the right knee, and also reach the right arm up overhead, opening the palm to the right side. And when you're ready, we'll drop down for forward fold, keeping bent knees here. And then we'll inhale to straighten, exhale to bend, inhale to straighten, exhale to bend. We'll go over to the other side. So pressing up into chair again, using the hands to support the upper body. Engaging in the lower back again, you can press your hands into one another for prayer. And then turn over to the left, pressing the right elbow into the left knee. Finding the breath here. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper into your chair. And maybe taking the challenge to reach the left arm up, opening the palm to the left side. On your next exhale, let's release, keeping the knees bent. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. One more time. Inhale to straighten, holding the breath here. And exhale, release, bending, letting the arms, letting the head hang heavy here. And from here, we'll crawl down the mat, finding plank. Tucking the toes behind us. Pressing up into our plank, finding length in the neck. Engaging in the lower back. A modification here is to lower the knees down to the mat. And when you're ready, we'll reach the hips up and back for our first downward dog. You can keep the knees bent here, keep the shoulders in their sockets, maybe pedal back into both of your feet, opening up the calves. And from here, we'll raise the right leg up behind us, bend the knee, bring the knee to the chest, and then drop the feet between the hands for lunge. Here, we're checking in with our stack from the knee to the ankle. If you have blankets to roll up, pillows to stack, or blocks, you can have them on either side of the foot to raise the earth closer to the hands. Pressing the left hip forward here, engaging in that left leg. When you're ready, you can drop that left heel behind you. Instead of bursting up and open, we can keep the right palm into the floor and just raise the left arm up and over. Engaging in both feet here to keep us balanced. And then I invite you to use the left obliques here to open up slowly into warrior. Checking in again with a stack on our right leg between the knee and the ankle. And on your next inhale, you can flip the right palm, reach forward and up and back. Straightening out that left leg, engaging in the left leg, reaching that right arm up overhead. And then sending that right elbow toward the right knee, reaching the left arm up overhead, stretching the whole left body, reaching from left heel to left fingertips. And then you can drop the hands back down to frame the right foot, tucking that left toe behind us again, pressing forward with that hip. And from here, I'll invite you, if you'd like, you can take high lunge, reaching the arms up overhead. If you'd like to stay in low lunge, you can even drop the left knee. Whatever feels good for you right now, take this modification if you need to. And to find revolution on the other side in this lunge, tuck that left toe if you haven't yet, and we'll press into the floor with the left hand, reaching the right hand up overhead for a twist. Keeping that breath slow and controlled. Let's circle that right hand down to frame the right foot. Remove your blankets, pillows, or blocks. Press your hands into the floor. Send the right foot back to meet the left and reach the hips up and back again for downward dog. Finding length in the spine. Pressing the heels toward the ground. Reaching the hips up and back. We'll take a couple breaths here. Let's lift the left leg from here. Bring the left knee to the chest. And then drop the foot between the hands for low lunge. And again, if you want to take pillows, blankets, or your blocks to stack on either side of the foot, bringing the earth closer to your hands. Again, make sure to check in with that stack from the knee to the ankle. Tucking in the right toe, pressing the right hip forward. And it's okay to take this modification here for low lunge, dropping the knee. Either way, we'll press into the mat with the left hand. Pressing into the mat with the right hand. Opening the left arm up to this twist. Opening to the other side. Finding that deep, long breath. we'll drop that hand back down. Let's drop that right heel and open up with the right arm, pressing into the mat with the left. And again, inviting you to use these muscles here in the obliques, in the core. Slowly rise up, opening into warrior, finding strength in the legs. Flip the left palm, you can reach forward and up and back. Reach that left arm far over to the right side. And then send the left elbow toward the left knee, reaching the right arm up overhead, stretching the right side body. And when you're ready, you can tuck that back toe, drop the hands back down to frame the foot. We'll take a breath here for low lunge, and I'll give you the opportunity to reach up for high lunge. Coming back down if you're on high lunge, let's remove our support. Press into the mat with both hands. Send the left foot back to meet the right for plank. And from here, we're going to drop the knees down. Open the knees a little bit wider than the hips, touching the toes behind us. And we'll send the hips back for child's pose. Sending the arms up overhead. Let the head hang heavy here. And we'll crawl the hands over to the upper right side. Breathing into the sensation into the entire back, to the left side of the back. Crawling that left palm a little bit further ahead and keeping the left hip down and back. Here we can create a little more space for this opening on the left side. And then crawl the hands through center to the upper left, reaching that right hand as far away as possible, crawling that right palm further ahead, reaching that right hip down and back. Let's keep our slow, controlled exhales here. And when you're ready, we'll crawl back through center. Just let the head rest here for a moment. When you're ready, you can sit back up. I'll invite you to wedge some rolled up pillows, rolled up blankets underneath the feet and also above the ankles. So we're wedging some support, some comfort on either side of the ankles here. Sometimes adding quite a large amount of blankets and pillows beneath the butt can feel really good. Allowing some extra support here. We're finding a nice, tall, long spine. We're reaching the crown of the head long. And we're inhaling the arms up overhead. And when we exhale, let's extend back into the spine, opening up the elbows. Finding the breath here. And on an exhale, you can round the spine, release the hands down toward the floor. Find the chin to the chest. Maybe clasp your hands behind your back. And from here, with clasped hands behind us, we can reach the forehead toward the floor and then send those clasped hands up toward the ceiling. You might notice that you can flip the palms up toward the sky, opening up in the shoulders, allowing the shoulders here to spread out. Make some room here for a big, deep inhale. And on your exhale, you can release the hands down into the mat. Here in this bow with our foreheads to the floor, noticing what's our view like here. How is our perspective different? What do our bodies need in this moment, in this position? What does our breath need in this moment? When you're ready, you can press back up. We'll find a gentle twist here by pressing the chest forward, reaching the left hand to the outside of the right knee, and the right hand to wrap around our bodies. Turning the chin all the way to the right. Here we're using a little bit of core work to revolve. And on your next exhale, you can release. We'll inhale here. And exhale to find the other side. Wrapping the left arm around your back. Pressing the right hand against the left knee. And on your next exhale, you can release. We'll crawl the hands forward, tuck the toes behind us. Send the hips up just for a moment for downward dog. Our last downward dog here, you can keep very bent knees. Maybe pedal out both legs, opening up the calves after sitting on our legs like that. Take a moment to remove your support, remove your pillows, remove your blankets. And however you'd like to get there, meet me seated. We'll send the legs out long, like a straddle. And from here, let's flex in both feet, pointing the toes up toward the ceiling. And here you can just round the spine, maybe bring the elbows to the mat. Let the head hang heavy. Open up the lower spine. You can crawl the hands over to the outside of your right knee, stretching out the left side of the back. Maybe take this moment to twist even more to the right, keeping both hips onto the floor. And then we'll crawl back through center. Crawling the hands over to the outside of the left leg. Keeping the hips on the floor, remembering that deep, controlled inhale. And the slow, audible exhale. And we'll crawl back through center, sitting back up. From here, however you'd like to get there, we'll bend in the knees, have the feet flat on the floor, and roll the spine down. Our last couple poses here, I'll invite you to close your eyes. And you can hug the knees in toward the body. Give your legs a nice big hug, maybe rock back and forth gently. And then drop the feet back to the floor. And you can drop the knees over to the right side. Bring the arms out to a T. And then turn the head over to the left for a twist. To deepen in this twist, you can straighten out the right leg, bending in the left. We'll take a couple breaths here, inhaling deep and long in the core, and exhaling slow, controlled. Inhaling one more time, deep into the belly. With the slow, controlled exhale, we can untwist by bringing our feet flat to the mat one more time. And then we'll drop the knees over to the left side, keeping our arms out to a T. Let's turn the head over to the right. Straighten out the left leg if you'd like to go deeper into the twist. Inhaling. Exhaling, slow, controlled. Inhale deep into the belly. Exhale slowly. One more deep inhale. And on the exhale, you can roll the right leg out on the other side. Flattening the spine to the floor, flattening the hips to the floor. Find a moment of comfort here for Shavasana. Allowing your body here to just rest, to do no work at all. Allow the shoulders just to drop, to sink into the floor. Maybe you notice on the next exhale that the upper spine, the neck release deeper into the mat. Maybe you notice that you're relaxing a little more in the hips, allowing the feet to flop open. On your next exhale, releasing in the jaw, release any tension in the eyebrows. Let go of any tension in the neck. I invite you to take a moment to feel into your body right now, in this moment. Noticing the ways our body might feel different. Reflecting on the ways that we can take new perspectives. Reflecting on the ways that we can revolve, twist, to change our views. All of our bodily systems working simultaneously. Today we supported our digestive system. Today we supported our blood circulation. Today we told the nervous system it's okay to breathe slow, that I am safe. Today we gave our bodies support in our revolution. Reflecting on how that support might allow us to twist a little deeper. Reflecting on how warming up the spine, finding strength in our backs, feeling into our backbones. How breathing into the sensation of our structure, our backbone, our bodily support. Reflecting on how the pillows and blankets brought us the support that we needed in order to open up, in order to be open to a new viewpoint. Reflecting on how our bodies can be a metaphor for the ways that we show up in life. Breathing into this, I invite you to bring some awareness back to the body. Wiggle in the fingers, wiggle the toes. I'll allow you a couple of breaths here. Open up the knees, maybe bring the soles of the feet together. And then close the knees together to find a moment of comfort on one side of your body. Taking fetal position just for a moment before meeting me in seated position for our closing breaths. Maybe take some water. And once you found your seat, bring some comfort into your seat again. If you have the support, I like to wedge something beneath my knees, sometimes under my butt. You can allow the hands to rest into the lap, have the hands over the heart or at heart center. Our breath for the ancestors that we bring to our practice, and for the indigenous people who are here on this land before colonization, breathing in and out. A breath to thank ourselves for our practice today, breathing in and out. A breath to appreciate others for their support. Breathing in and out. And a breath for our virtual yoga community, revolutionizing by practicing with us today. Breathing in and out. Namaste. Thank you for taking care of yourself today. Thank you for being a part of a practice that I think is a very important piece of our revolution, a very important piece of our movement, especially as a person of color, offering my practice to you, offering what feels good in my body, offering what I've learned about the body, about the breath, about this mindfulness that we can share, about this movement that we're in right now and how we can be a part of that with ourselves, starting from the inside. It's something that's really important to me and something that I just want to offer and share indefinitely. So I really appreciate those who are here with me every day, and I appreciate those who are sharing our flows. So if you can extend some generosity, share these flows out to all the people you know who might enjoy them. Send them out to folks who you think might be feeling tension or stress in this time. Send this out to your POC folks. Breathe with us, revolutionize with us. We are continuing to take donations for those families, POC, queer, and trans families who are struggling. We've raised over $7,000 at this point. You can DM us or send us a Venmo at the Glitter Goddesses. That's about it. We'll be here every day at 10 a.m. With an additional class on Saturdays. Please, please, please tune into Tapa's senior dance show tomorrow night, Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Good to see you all.